I'm out at the stables of LAING chatting to Gavin Fenter about the yard's runners on Friday. 2 runners start in race 1 and they are Lady Thea, who will be having her second start, and 3 Cheers, who is a Socrat filly, and she'll be starting for the first time.
Yeah, Lady Thea was very green her first run. She's going to be green again, and 3 Cheers as well. They're both going to need this. We've given them 1 or 2 gallops, but they're going to be very green.
We move to race 3 where we will see Pedro. Now, he ran a great race last time out. And Gavin, if I go through the stats of the run on Friday, he's actually even better suited on Friday when you start to look at course and distance and draw, everything.
Yeah, Nadine, him and Gunsmoke, we've both decided not to run on the poly anymore. They've got issues and they don't like the poly. So we've stuck to the grass, and they both, well, he's run a very good race last time out. It's not the greatest of fields, he must have a good chance.
We move to race 6, and first up is Frederico's Passion. Now, he's done nothing wrong in his short 2-run career, but he is going to have the toughest test, having his post-maiden and handicap company on Friday.
You've hit the nail on the head there, toughest test. My personal opinion, yes, he's had 2 runs, but the horse that he beats come out and run, he's been beaten well, both starts. So the form is not that very good. It's actually very weak form. My personal opinion, he's overrated. I don't think he's a net 71. He's not a net 71. But his work's very, very good. If he can't run a place in this race on that work, then he is overrated. But yeah, those are my concerns. I think he's probably in the 60s. I don't think he's a 71. But I can't fault his work. His work is really, really good. And as I said, if he can't run a place on his work, then he's overrated.
Joining him will be Adivadiccio, and he'll be making his local debut. He's a horse whose merit rating has fallen very well.
Yes, Nadine, a very, very nice horse. Marta Cock hit a half share in this horse, and I can see why. I looked at his form. I actually nominated him for a 1400. His best distance is 1400. That was in the poly, but after looking at his form closer, he had 2 runs at Gravel on the poly, and they were probably his worst 2 runs of his career. So we opted to rather give it a miss. We'll give him this run in the 1200. We'll look for a 1400. He's probably going to need it. He's coming back from a short break. So the distance is a bit short. He's more than likely going to need it. But after this, he'll be ready for a 1400 on the grass, and that's where he'll be a danger.
The yard's last runners are in race 8, and it's a very useful coupling. We're going to start with Timbavati River, and Gav, he enjoys course and distance.
Yes, Chase has stayed on him. Chase knows him. Chase has got the best out in him. So yes, 14 mile on the grass is very good. The last time he ran, we weren't that keen to run him. He didn't have a very good draw. I think he ended up drawing 10, and the draw cost him. So he just couldn't get over the draw. So put a line to that. It wasn't a bad run. Now he's got a nice draw. It is a competitive race. It's quite an open race. Justin's got also with some nice form. But on the grass, from a decent draw, he must have a good chance.
And he's in picture behind us. Now joining him will be Gunsmoke, and he's in good form as well, but he is up in class.
Yeah, Charlie, as I said to you earlier, he begged me for this ride, and I tried to get him the ride on this horse, and he would have suited Charles. Yeah. This type of horse would have suited him. It's a pity. I think he's going to go close. I think Charles is going to be upset, but that's just one of those things. He couldn't get off his ride. But yes, I got Ramzam, who's just as good. I think with a nice weight on his back, he's going to be a big runner here. And as I said, Ramzam knows these type of horses. He gets on well with Colorama, and this horse is very similar to Colorama. So I'm expecting him to run a big race.
I'm sure, as you've heard of all the clips going through the afternoon, race 8 is going to be a very open affair, and the 2 LAING runners definitely have to be included.